Hi guys, it's me. Before we get into the reading, I just wanted to let you know that I have a new song out. Her name is Sparks, and I'm very, very happy about her. If you want to check it out, there will be links in the description as well as in the pinned comment. That's all. Okay, see you in the reading. Bye! Tell me something, why you run. Hi guys, it's Kino. Welcome to another video. So in today's pick a card or pick an envelope, we are going to be reading a letter from your soulmate. So we're going to start off this reading by reading the channeled letter from your soulmate, and in this envelope there is also a song with like a passage of the lyrics, so we will read that song too. And then we will get into the tarot and oracle cards and get some more messages from them, as well as anything you need to know about this soulmate or about your connection. And we will get some advice for you from your spirit guides as well. So there are 4 readings for you guys to choose from today. And as you can see, each option has a different colored envelope and also a different crystal to match the color. So I will show you each of your options one by one. And then please pick whichever one you feel drawn to the most. For option number 1, we have this red envelope and some Vanadinite. For option number 2, we have this green envelope and some green Calcite. For option number 3, we have this purple envelope and some purple agate. And for option number 4, we have this white envelope and some white moonstone. Okay, so as always, take all the time you need to pick. You can pause the video if you need to. I'm gonna go ahead and get started with number 1. Hi number 1s, so if you guys chose the red envelope and the Vanadinite, I can never remember if this is Vanadinite or Vanadinite, or maybe it's both. This is going to be your reading. So the way we're going to break down this reading is, first I'm going to open up this envelope and we're going to read the letter that is inside. There's also a song in here with a little passage written down, and then if you guys feel called to the song, that will be like linked where the timestamps are if you want to go listen to it. It's a song that I channeled with your soulmate and your connection in mind. Then we are going to get into the tarot and oracle cards and see what you need to know about this connection. And we're also going to look into the current energy, the short-term future, and the long-term future for your connection. And then we're going to get some even more channeled messages from your soulmate. So that's how that's going to go. Let's get right into it and open up your envelope. Oh, there's a little cat hair. That's my cat Baffy's hair. Okay, so we'll start by reading the letter. One thing I remember thinking was interesting is that they didn't like start the letter by addressing it anyway. They just like got right into the message, which I thought was a little bit awkward, but maybe they were just really, really eager to talk to you. But this could be someone who has a lot of feelings, but when it comes to putting them into words, when it comes to expressing them, they could be kind of clumsy sometimes, but I definitely think that they are very sincere and very earnest. So they wrote, "I know that you are weary on this journey. I can feel it. I wish there were more that I could do to ease your pain, to lighten your load. Even when we're apart, I hope that I can be your strength, like you are mine. I always feel you with me. You keep me warm. You keep me sane. If it weren't for you, I don't know where I would be. Thank you for choosing me, your soulmate." So there is definitely a feeling of struggle coming through in this letter. This could be something you guys are going through in your individual lives. I'm almost getting like dark night of the soul kind of energy when I read this letter. But it could be the struggle that you guys are feeling together. If you are in separation, even if you haven't met yet, there could be this mutual longing, this mutual sadness that you can't be together in the way that you want to. But I think that your soulmate wanted you to know no matter what kind of distance is between you guys right now, whether it is physical, emotional, whatever it might be, they still feel you around. And just the thought of you, just your presence, just your existence makes them strong. It makes them feel like they can keep going. And maybe that's a little bit what this red color is talking about as well, because the red color definitely makes me think of strength. It also makes me think of passion. So this person's feelings for you is like a fire burning that really keeps them warm no matter how far they venture off, no matter what kind of hurdles they have to jump over in their life. You existing in this world makes them strong, and they hope that you would feel the same way, because they know that this journey is tough, and they hope that they can return the favor of making you strong. This is how I interpreted the letter. And I definitely feel a ton of gratitude pouring in here at the end. Like, I don't know, I feel like I would be going crazy if it weren't for you. You definitely keep this person grounded. And it's like you keep their eyes on the end goal, or their eyes on the prize. Like, we can do this, we can get through this. So whether you knew it or not, whether you were trying to or not, I think your energy really, really supports this person. And I want to say that, you know, this transcends any 3D borders. So like, even if you don't know who your soulmate is, haven't met them in the 3D yet, you can still be supporting them energetically. You can still be making them strong. You can still be helping them through tough times. So I'm gonna put this here. Hopefully everything's gonna fit. I wanted to, usually before I start filming, I like test the layout of the cards, but I had already sealed the letters and I didn't want to take them out again because I wanted to do like a grand unboxing or whatever. But, oh yeah, there's a song in here. Sorry, this is group 1, so, you know, I'm figuring it out as I go. So the song that I felt for your group is Find Me by Sigma featuring Birdie. This is a beautiful, beautiful song. If you guys have never listened to it before, I would highly recommend that you do. It's very moving. But the passage that I put down is, like a river always running, I keep losing you. Like a fire always burning, I'll be here for you. And I have to say, it was really, really hard to pick a passage for this one because there's so many really beautiful lines in the song. The chorus is, if you're ready, heart is open, I'll be waiting, come and find me. If you're searching for forever, I'll be waiting, come find me. I see you here in the darkness, blinding light right where your heart is. Yeah, if I could write the whole song, I would, but I wanted to keep it succinct, and I felt like this was really, really nice. But again, there's this feeling of going through a transition, going through a dark night of the soul, and really feeling this love like a guiding light, or like a light at the end of the tunnel. And there's also this feeling like I'm waiting for you. So that could especially resonate for those of you who are not with this person in the 3D yet, or like whether you haven't met them yet or you're in separation. There is this feeling of I'm waiting for you. I'm not gonna go anywhere. Like, I recognize the preciousness of what I found, and I'm not going to go anywhere. So let's get into your oracle cards now. We're going to see what you need to know about this connection, this person, what's coming up for you guys. As always, I'll just leave it kind of open. Oh, so we have, your first card is the Daffodil Fairy with New Beginnings. Then we have Emotion. And I believe this angel's name is pronounced Fuel. Then we have Wellness. And do something for someone. Give your attention to another. So let's just go through these in order. I really like that we have this Daffodil Fairy card with a very straightforward message for you guys that there is a new beginning coming. The number 10 on here makes me think of the Wheel of Fortune. So this is all about cycles. This is all about our destiny. And I definitely think this is here to tell you that the universe is on your side. I know that this is not the Wheel of Fortune, but I'm kind of reading it like it because we have the number 10 and new beginnings. But when this sort of energy comes out in a reading about a connection, it's a strong indicator to me that the universe is actively, and that's like a key word, actively working to bring the two of you together. So if you haven't been noticing already, I think you're going to notice the universe coming in and tinkering with your life a little bit, moving things around, changing up situations, introducing new connections, new environments, new experiences, new opportunities, and really like revving things up to get you guys aligned, to get you guys moving towards each other. This can be a kind of unexpected or unpredictable energy. So if I could give you guys some advice for this connection, for this union, I would say that, the energy is favoring you to be more of a yes person for the next little while. Even if the opportunities or changes coming to you were not in your schedule, were not in your to-do list, or how you envisioned your future playing out, consider taking unplanned or unexpected opportunities. Consider saying yes to invitations or experiences that you had never thought of before. I think this shaking things up could literally be helping you guys in coming together, or it could be bringing you insights and epiphanies that you otherwise wouldn't have had. And that will help you in this journey. The daffodil flowers are also making me think of springtime. So springtime could literally be significant whenever springtime is happening where you are in the world. But I also think more metaphorically, this is talking about things coming back to life again, something being revived. Many of you who chose this group, maybe this connection that we're looking at is one that had kind of fizzled out, or one that had kind of drifted apart, and we're seeing a renewal here. Or this could be talking even about a renewed zest for life that you guys are going through, because I feel this energy of like wanting to get out there, wanting to try new things, wanting to come out of your shell more and really just enjoy life. This yellow color is all about cheer and enjoyment, just happiness. And I think this is the kind of energy that you guys are going to be in when this union or this reunion comes about. Now we have emotion, and I'm kind of reading these two cards together and thinking of it as like emotional wellness. So there may have been a period where the universe was keeping you two apart and you were working on balancing your own emotions and creating emotional health within yourself. And while I definitely think that healing and working on your mental and emotional health can be something that you do together, can be something that you do when you are in union, there are definitely some things that we want to work through before coming together, because it could cause strain, because it could cause further stress in the relationship. And I am a firm believer that the universe always chooses a route that is most efficient and that is best for us. So if there's emotional healing that is best for the two of you to do together, the universe will put you together for that. But if there's stuff that is best to be reflected on your own, then the universe will arrange for that. So maybe there was something that really, really needed to be healed, because if the universe had put you together, it could have caused an even bigger falling out. But I just want you guys to know, if you felt any like frustration or discouragement or dissatisfaction with the way the universe had arranged things, even the things that felt more unpleasant or felt like they shouldn't be happening, all of those things were for your protection, and all of those things were for your smoothest, happiest, and yes, even quickest union. Because the universe can see all of the different scenarios and how everything would play out where we can't. So even though we might have it in our head, it shouldn't have happened like this, like it should have happened this way, it should have happened faster, we just don't know that. And I keep going back to this number 10, but I feel like there's a lot of divine intervention, divine timing, things being in the universe's hands. This is definitely a journey that is heavy on that kind of stuff, and it's different for everybody. I think it depends on what our souls wanted to learn in this lifetime, but maybe what your souls wanted to learn was about surrender, was about stepping back, slowing down, and taking a moment to see the divine orchestration in everything. I think that's going to be a big theme for you guys in this life. But I also think that emotion could just be talking about this person being very deep in their feelings for you. Again, that goes for whether you have met in the 3D or not, or whether you are together in the 3D for not. Like we saw in the letter, this person can feel you. They can feel your energy. And I think this is something that makes them very, very sentimental. With the moon and stars here, this person could be dreaming about you. You could be coming into their dreams in a very ethereal way. And I'm also picking up like a very nurturing way. So you might come into their dreams and take care of them. I just heard like stroking their hair, caressing them. I'm also, sorry, these are really weird and specific images, but I also have a vision of like this person has dreamed of sharing food with you, or like you bringing food to them. That's probably symbolic for the way that you sustain them. Now that I think about it, for the way that you sustain them and support them and make them feel strong and robust on their journey. But yes, this person feels very like soft and sentimental. And even the word sappy is coming to my mind about you, like just very squishy and mushy and lovey-dovey. I do think that in addition to sleeping dreams, this person would daydream about you a lot in their waking life too. If this is someone you haven't met in the 3D yet, they still daydream about you, but of course they wouldn't link that to you as a 3D person just yet. Maybe that's something that would, you know, click when they do meet you in the 3D. But this person has definitely been taking a lot better care of themselves. And it's really interesting. What my mind, or what my eyes are going to here is this sword that's being held above the person's head and piercing the heart. Swords represent truth. The heart is making me think of emotions. And I also think it's very symbolic that the sword is above the person's head. It's almost like they're getting to the heart of how they truly feel. They're piercing into the core of their heart with truth. So seeing the truth of their emotions, seeing the truth of their heart. And with the sword being above their head, I think that maybe for a long time, their feelings for you, or just their deep emotional nature in general, was something that they kind of tried to rationalize away or analyze away, or they tried to justify how they were feeling or invalidate how they were feeling with logic. But now they realize that that's not the truth of who they are. So it's like the truth is higher than their logic. The truth is higher than their desire to rationalize everything away. And they're holding up the sword proudly and piercing into the heart of their emotions, if that makes sense. It's actually a very symbolic image, and I don't know if I've ever interpreted it that way before, but that's very, very interesting. I'm getting kind of Piscean energy from somewhere, I guess because we have a lot of dreamy, watery, ethereal. I think this person is very, very romantic and incredibly creative. And I hope that that's a side of them. I think it is gradually a side of them that they will explore more and become more comfortable with. They may have actually started journaling recently or started writing recently, which has kind of been an unfamiliar but very healthy experience for them. Maybe this is why their writing was kind of awkward, or at least I felt like it was. But they're getting into the practice, I think, of like journaling and checking in with themselves, which might seem like such a normal practice, but I kind of think it was a foreign practice to this person for some time. And, you know, they're starting to get snuggled up with themselves and get to know themselves really, really well, which is beautiful. And by the way, I should say, if this sounds like you, there's total possibility and actually a high likelihood of mirroring going on here, as, you know, this is your soulmate. This is someone that your soul is very familiar with and likely pretty similar to. And then the final card that we have here, first of all, the number 41 makes me think of home. The numbers 4 and 1 together also make me think of angelic energy, but specifically 41, it's just saying home to me. The numbers 41 or 24 could be significant. Those might be ages of you or your person. Of course, that is not going to be for everybody at all. But if we reduce these numbers, this is 6 and this is 5. So those could be significant numbers as well. Maybe there's like a 5 or 6 year age gap, or someone is a life path 5 or 6. or the months of May and June might be significant, like the 5th and 6th months, which would make sense because if you're in the northern horizon, no, not horizon, hemisphere. If you're in the northern hemisphere, then springtime would be in those months. And these daffodils were making me think of spring. But we have this message, do something for someone, give your attention to another, which is interesting. I wasn't thinking about this card when I was talking earlier, but it kind of reminds me of the dreams that this person has been having. And maybe you actually appear in their dreams as something like this. This makes me think of the Empress, like beautiful, bountiful flowers and nature all around you, animals gravitating towards you because of your gentle energy. I think this person sees you as a very gentle, kind, compassionate, nurturing, and soothing soul. This is such a weird phrase, but it's like after the long journey, this person wants to just lie down and fall asleep in your arms is the way the phrase came to me. This person wants to be held by you, cuddled by you, even maybe spooned by you, just wants to be nurtured or even be in the presence of your energy. Even that is enough to nurture them, even if you're not actively doing those kinds of things. You just give this person life, you give this person energy, you replenish them, you sustain them just by merely being. This person might be planning to do something for you, like some kind of offering, some kind of gift, some kind of gesture, if you know this person already. If you don't know them already, I do think they'd be coming into your life quite soon with the new beginnings. And I don't know when this video is going to be up, but maybe May and June is coming soon by the time this is up. I don't know. But also I'm looking at this message, give your attention to another, and I'm just thinking, when we're going through such an intense healing period or such an intense period of introspection, it is difficult to be fully present with others and to fully give them our attention. I remember like a few years ago, I went through dark night of the soul, and I literally, maybe this is kind of dramatic, but I literally locked myself in my room for days, like in the dark, and I just lay there like soaking in my energy thinking about my life. And I had a lot of roommates at the time, but I don't think they saw me for those few days. So, you know, sometimes we just need to go through periods like that. But I think this person is coming out of that tunnel, so to speak, or coming out of that dark night of the soul where they really feel like they can be fully present with people again and be fully open and communicative with people again. If this is someone who's in your life and you notice that they've been kind of distant with you, I think it has everything to do with what's going on in their inner world and nothing to do with how they feel about you or their feelings having changed about you. And I don't know, this phrase just makes me think like your times together coming up are going to be more mindful, more present with each other, more engaging, more sincere. So let's get into your tarot now, and we want to take a look at current energies, short-term future energies, and long-term future for this connection. For group number 1. So we'll start with the current energies. And this is going to be, I feel called to say this is going to be from the perspective of your spirit guides, like what they want you to know about this connection. We're going to finish off the reading, like I said, with more channeled messages from your soulmate. So this is not the last that you're going to hear from them. But yeah, your spirit guides are kind of taking over for this, for this section of the reading. So for current energies, we have the Queen of Pentacles. That came out really, really fast. For the short-term future energy, we have the Four of Pentacles. I just wanted to point out how quickly that card came out because I do associate that with literally with things happening quickly or things developing quickly. So when we say short-term future, this is really, really short-term. This could even be the next 4 weeks, the next month or so. And then for the long-term future, we have the Ace of Wands. And that's so funny. Look, we have the numbers 4 and 1 again. 41. So that's repeating from this card. And again, this is giving me vibes of home. So for the current energies, we have the Queen of Pentacles. This tells me that both of you guys have matured a lot. I'm kind of getting the feeling with all of this Pentacles energy that this is a connection that has been developing for a long time. I know this is a general reading and you'll all be in different situations, but I'm just feeling like a lot of you who chose this group maybe like have known this person for quite some time, or have known of this person for quite some time, or it just feels like things are moving very, very, very slowly. And actually maybe that is a more fitting interpretation for everyone. Like it could be just you feel like you've been waiting for this person to enter your life, waiting for this person to be with you for a long, long time. But I think that throughout this process, first of all, I want to be clear that there's a really, really strong mutual longing. And I think that you guys feel the same way about this situation in a lot of ways. Like, why can't we just meet each other yet? Or why can't we just be happy together yet? But it feels like with this Pentacles, because this makes me think of tangible things in the world around you, maybe a lot of like external factors have gotten in the way, and that is probably the universe's doing, like putting physical barriers or setting up external factors such that things have kind of not really taken off yet, or not really lined up yet. That's kind of the vibe that I'm getting. But I think that throughout this process, you guys have really learned how to be your own best friend and how to be your own provider. And I think you guys have both come to a place where you feel, or you're coming to a place where you feel really secure within yourselves. Like anything I want, anything I need, I can provide it for myself. And I think you guys are coming into a place where you feel really, really sure of who you are. With the Four of Pentacles here as like your short-term energy, this is also a card that reminds me of divine guidance, and especially angelic guidance. I don't think that is the traditional interpretation of this card, but that's just always how it comes to me. And then this card was also really, really making me feel like you have some kind of like divine guidance, divine support with you. And even with this nature-y imagery, maybe you guys feel some sort of affinity towards fairies or towards animal spirits or nature spirits helping you out with all of this earth energy here as well. That can be literally talking about Mother Earth, Mother Nature. You guys might receive a lot of signs and a lot of messages from nature, from Mother Earth, to let you know that you're protected and that you're on the right path. So certain animals popping up to you, animals might treat you in a very specific way or behave kind of unusually around you. Certain types of flowers could also be really significant for you guys. But yeah, you have, it's like Mother Gaia is looking out for you, or some earth angels, some nature spirits are looking out for you. And now I have to remember what I was talking about because I really, really felt the need to channel that message, but we're going to bring it back, bring it back to this Four of Pentacles. Oh, I was just talking about how divinely guided this whole journey is. And the Four of Pentacles is like your angel saying, we're here with you. We didn't go anywhere. I think it's sometimes you have felt like forgotten by the universe, like the universe forgot about your journey or forgot about your plan, just because I think things have been moving quite slowly and not necessarily up to par with what you may have hoped or expected or planned for yourself. And I think that in the short-term future, you guys are going to see very, very clearly with 3D evidence, because this is Pentacles, tangible energy, that you were never forgotten about and your guardian angels didn't go anywhere. I feel like this can also be talking about a physical encounter with this person, because again, I'm really running with that theme of Pentacles being physical, something that is right in front of you. But maybe there's dominantly Pentacles energy here because your angels want to confirm that to you. Up until now, I think maybe a lot of this connection for you guys, or the potential of what this connection could be, is something that you've been experiencing energetically through spiritual insights, through intuition, through your mind, through your ideas. But it's like they really, really want to assure to you that this is manifesting in the physical 3D world. And you're going to see proof of this very, very soon. Like I said, you guys will remember how quickly this card like shooped out. So this new beginning is coming very soon. Again, this will depend on like where you're at in this journey. So for some of you, this could be figuring out who this person is, or meeting them in the 3D, or reuniting with them in the 3D if you already know who it is. It could be, I don't think, for those of you who already know this person and have already been involved with them, I do think that this would be something more than just like them shooting you a message or something like that. I think it would be a physical meeting. I think that this is what we are seeing here. And looking at this queen who's offering the crystal, and there is that do something for someone. Maybe this person is going to bring you a gift of some kind, or maybe even a letter because they've been into writing like we saw earlier. Or on the flip side, if you guys have been thinking, maybe I should bring this person a gift, maybe I should write this person a letter, this can also be a confirmation from your spirit guides that that is a good idea. So then for your final card, talking about the long-term future, we have the Ace of Wands. And I just wanted to show you guys at the bottom of the deck, we have the Six of Swords. So the Six of Swords shows things moving in a good direction. It shows you moving away from a turbulent situation into a more peaceful one. I like how this card is literally, we have the Nine of Wands in reverse behind it, but it's literally like riding off into the sunset, like a happily ever after. And yeah, the Nine of Wands in reverse, it means the hard part is over and you don't have to be strong anymore, and you don't have to be guarded anymore, which when I put these together, the Six of Swords is about like open, direct, or improved communication, peaceful communication. So these cards together are really showing like you guys are not holding back anymore. You don't have to like suppress your emotions. You don't have to be guarded. You don't have to pretend to be strong, or pretend to be stoic, or pretend not to care. Like you can just open up to each other and be vulnerable. And you know, at first in this letter, we were talking about how like you bring so much strength to this person and they hope they bring strength to you. And on one hand, while I think that sentiment is really sweet, the Nine of Wands is saying, yeah, but it's kind of sad that you even need so much strength to get through in the first place. So the Nine of Wands in reverse is reassuring to you that this period of like, you have to endure, you have to be strong, you have to keep on trucking. It's like, it's totally temporary. And the Ace of Wands is also about a new beginning, a new exciting beginning, a new passionate beginning. The Ace of Wands makes me think of like, and you guys will know this, well, maybe not, I don't know how often I say this, but maybe you have heard me say before, I think of the Ace of Wands as a new beginning, where it feels like before you were living in black and white, and now you're living in color again. You feel like you've really come back to yourself again. And I honestly think that this is an energy that goes beyond just this connection. I think this is just a result of you guys coming out of your dark night of the soul, coming out of your introspective energy, and being ready to really experience life and mingle and welcome it with open arms again. It's a really, really beautiful energy. And it's actually a nice card to come out when we're talking about long-term energy, because sometimes when it comes to connections, I can see the Ace of Wands as like, oh, that's the initial passionate spark, that's the initial excitement, but it will eventually fade out. So the fact that this is coming out for long-term future, I think it's kind of nice, almost as if it's saying like, yep, that torch is still burning, she's still going, that red, that passion is still here. You're still so excited to be home. 41 means home, I guess. Okay, so we are going to move on to the final part of this reading. We're going to get some additional advice for you guys and then get some more channeled messages. So for group number 1, what advice can we give? Action, awaken the warrior woman within. And I'll just take one more. And trust, faith in the power of the universe. So I do think one message that's coming through is the universe is asking you to trust that actions are being taken, that your union or your reunion is being orchestrated. But I just want to, take a clarifier and see if this is maybe referring to like encouraging you to take action, or saying that this person is going to take action towards you. But just quickly, Sagittarius energy might be significant with that arrow. And with the hands in prayer, the universe might be asking you or encouraging you to pray about what you would like to happen very, very honestly, without holding back. You know, we were talking about this, like rationalizing your emotions or trying to validate or invalidate certain emotions or desires. Like, no, I can't wish for that because XYZ, or I don't really want that because XYZ. And your heart is like, bullshit. I know what you really want. So I think the universe might be asking you to pray from your heart and be honest with the universe. I'm thinking of the very soon card in the Romance Angels Oracle that says, clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. Thank you for the very fast clarifier. So to clarify the action card, we have the Devil, and then we also have the 9 of Cups at the bottom here. So this is going to be kind of specific, but if one of you is a Capricorn in this connection, and actually maybe someone is because there's a lot of earth energy, or if one of you is an earth sign, then that could be the person who's going to be taking action. It'll be awkward if both of you guys are earth signs, but what I'm seeing here with the Devil and the 9 of Cups is that it's like you both want the other person to take action, but you're both scared to do it. Because the Devil is about fears that are holding you back. You know, that voice that tells you can't come forward because they're going to reject you, and gets in your head like that about, you know, the worst thing is going to happen. And I feel like you both have that devil in your ear saying that you shouldn't take action because they're not going to reciprocate. But you both want the reciprocation, but you both want things to move forward. So there is a little bit of a stubborn energy going on here. And well, isn't that just how the universe works? I asked for like a straight answer and she doesn't give one. Fair enough. I wonder if this is how the universe has been treating you guys in this situation. But maybe the universe is saying it doesn't really matter which side it comes from, but somebody has to. Somebody has to. And maybe this is also saying like not to take their inaction the wrong way, because their reasons for inaction are the same as your reasons for inaction. Like that feeling of fear, that feeling of it's not going to go well, that feeling of my ego, my pride, my feelings are going to be hurt. And the universe is at least letting you know that this is something that you both want. But yeah, if there is an earth sign or a Capricorn and that helps you guys narrow it down, that could be the person who is taking action here. So we are going to finish off this reading with my homemade little green deck. And this is just going to be last channeled messages from your soulmate. What do they want to tell you? I can't wait to kiss you. Oh, baby. Okay. Let's take 4. I feel like that's a good number. You are absolutely perfect. Oh, another message with the Devil and the 9 of Cups. Some of you guys might be very, very hard on yourself. I think you guys perceive a lot of flaws in yourself that are not necessarily there, or are not as big of a deal or as pronounced as you think they are. Or like the universe is saying you judge yourself for certain flaws, and the universe is like, yeah, everybody does that. Or like everybody has that. That doesn't mean there's anything wrong with you. Or especially when it comes to material things, seeing flaws in your appearance that aren't there, seeing flaws in like your level of success that don't really matter. The devil just has that way of really breaking down our confidence. But with the Nine of Cups here, this is about desires, wishes, ideals. I think the universe, or maybe this is your soulmate's higher self coming through that wants to confirm to you, like, you're literally my type. Like, you're literally my ideal type. Not that it's like, don't be sad, you're so hot. It's not like that, but just so that you know. Just so that you know. I know that your confidence has to come from within, but it doesn't hurt to know that. So we have, you are absolutely perfect. Oh, okay, how many is that? There's 3. Okay, so we got an extra one. Where you lead, I'll follow. Yeah, so probably this person wants you to take the lead. You take my breath away. There's a lot of hearts on these. I swear, I didn't draw hearts on, I don't think I drew hearts on a lot of them. No, I didn't, but they just pick all the ones with the hearts. You take my breath away and I just want to hold you in my arms. What a sweet baby. Okay, so group number 1, these are all of the messages we have for you today, so I'm going to end your reading here. Thank you very, very much for letting me do this reading for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. Please take good care of yourself, stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. I also have a Patreon, so if you guys are interested in seeing even more exclusive pick-a-cards where you get to choose the topic, that will be linked down below too. And I have a music channel. The song that you guys heard at the very start of this video was an original song, so if you're interested in listening to that one or any of my other songs, the music channel will be linked down below as well. I'm sending you guys lots of love, sending your soulmate lots of love, as well as the multitude of angels who are with you. Lots of love, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye. Hi number 2s. So if you guys chose the green envelope and the green calcite, this is going to be your reading. So the way we are going to do this reading is first we will start by opening up this envelope and reading the channeled letter from your soulmate that is inside. And there's also a little song card in this envelope, so it has like a song that reminded me of your soulmate or your connection with a little excerpt of the lyrics. All of the songs will also be linked down below if you feel called to listen to it. But then we're going to move on and get into the tarot and oracle cards to see what you guys need to know about this connection. And we're going to look at the current energy, the short-term future energy, and the long-term future energy. And then we're going to finish off the reading with a few more channeled messages from your soulmates. So let's get right into it and open up the envelope. So, your letter. My love, I really didn't think a happiness like this existed out there for me. I had even stopped wishing because getting my hopes up was too painful. But I couldn't stop dreaming of you. When I went to sleep at night, I would see you. I was with you. I know it sounds crazy, but it's true. Even though I was so closed off in my waking life, you found me in my dreams. You stayed with me, and now you're really here. You have no idea how happy you make me. I will cherish you until my last day. Your soulmate. So I thought this letter was really, really cute, and there was a lot of interesting energy here. One thing that I can see for sure is that this person dreams of you a lot, and this can be the case whether you have met in the 3D before, whether you've been involved in the 3D before. I was even almost getting the feeling of like this person having dreamed of you before you even met, because they say like, and now you're really here. So it's almost like they knew you, they were familiar with your energy, and now you're right here in front of me, like the person of my dreams. And there was also this feeling of your higher self kind of infiltrating their dreams, because I think in the 3D, they were a little bit pessimistic when it came to love. They were a little bit closed off and maybe weren't so open to receiving messages or open to receiving this kind of loving energy. But when they're sleeping and when they're in their subconscious state, it was like easier for your higher self to come in and be with them and reassure them. So there was a very, like, what would you call it, esoteric kind of vibe to this letter that I thought was really cool. And you definitely proved this person wrong, because they didn't know that they could experience a happiness like this, or they didn't know that they could experience a love like this. And I think you're literally a dream come true, because you were like a sleeping dream that came true. You were like a waking dream, a longing, a deep wish that came true. I feel a little bit of a flustered energy as well. I think that this person just admires you so much and thinks so highly of you that they might get a little bit, I don't know if nervous is the right word, but maybe dumbstruck. I think that's a better word. A little bit dumbstruck when they're around you. So they might stumble a little bit with their words or act a little bit awkward, almost because of like an affection overload that they experience when they're around you, or like a love overload, like they're glitching because they just feel so giddy when they're around you. They just feel so happy when they're around you. I think that you've done more for this person than you realize. You've had more of an impact on this person than you realize. And I wonder if you guys have had some of these dreams as well, and if you've actually met in the astral, because there's this feeling of like, you showed me that you weren't going to leave me. You showed me that you would stick around. You showed me that being happy like this is possible. I think your higher self like did what they could to reach this person. So if you couldn't do that in the 3D, if you couldn't be with them physically, or if you couldn't, get signs to them in their waking life, your higher self did what they could. And I think that both of you on a soul level really have never given up on this connection, and have never stopped giving your human selves that nudge to open your heart to the highest possible love, which is really what I think this is. So yeah, it was just a really sweet letter. And then for your song, we have Ultraviolet by Fred V and Graphics, which is a drum and bass duo. I think they disbanded already, which is sad. And I think I've also mentioned this song in a different reading. I really like it. It's just like a personal song that I like, but the passage that I chose is, I couldn't see before, but now I see it all. You bring my heart to life again. Now I can see in ultraviolet. So seeing in ultraviolet makes me think of, being able to perceive things, being able to sense things beyond our typical senses of like sight and sound and touch. So it was almost giving me a kind of psychic insight sort of vibe. Maybe you have kind of opened this person's eyes to that world. I'm not sure. They could have been very, very skeptical about this kind of thing before, or they could have been open to it and just not known much about it. But it's almost like your existence and the way that they feel about you, and the way that your energy keeps coming back to them, and you keep finding each other, I think that that's kind of made them a believer that there's something bigger out there, that there's something that is orchestrating this for them. And I feel them being very, very humbled. Like, if there's a higher power out there, I hear like, I'm sorry that I ever doubted you. I'm sorry that I ever thought you weren't there, or you weren't taking care of me, because if I can meet somebody like group 2, I know that somebody's looking out for me, and you've proven this to me now. I couldn't see it before, but now I see everything. And this phrase, I see it all, is really standing out to me because, over here on our end, in the tarot reading section of the world, I think that we tend to be more aware of the subtle energies that are going on, more aware of the signs and synchronicities that are being thrown our way, more aware of the spiritual implications of our connections and the spiritual purpose of what we are going through. Things that might not necessarily be seen, understood, believed, or validated by others, which is totally fine, right? As long as you have that faith within yourself. But this passage is saying that they see it all. So it's like everything that you've experienced, everything that you've come to learn about this connection and felt about this connection, they will see it too. They will recognize that too. And I just think that that's going to feel so nice, because, you know, it feels nice for anyone to validate your spiritual experience, but for the very person that you've been walking hand in hand with energetically, for the very person who's been with you in spirit, to say, yeah, I feel that too. I see that too. I see everything that you're talking about. I see everything that you're saying. It feels like a very wholesome experience. It feels like a very validating experience. I feel like I'm giggling a lot more than, well, I'm a giggler, but I feel like I'm giggling quite a bit in this reading. So maybe that's some of that giddy energy coming through, or this person being kind of sweet and bashful around you, or maybe this person has a really, really adorable laugh or smile that you guys love, or they love yours too. Other lyrics of this song, it's so hard to pick one passage to put on the card, but other lyrics are something slowly building up from the ground. Touch me softly, I choose you from the crowd. So that passage makes me think of like, yep, that's you. I can recognize you from this whole crowd, from this whole sea of people in the world. That's you. You're the one that I've been dreaming of. You're the one who's been making me so happy. I can totally pick you out. Maybe some of you guys have been worried about being able to recognize your soulmate, or if your soulmate would recognize you, but I have to say that your senses for each other are very, very finely tuned, running only to get closer to you. Now my vision is so focused on you. This person's definitely, I was going to say thirsting for you. Well, maybe they are. Maybe they are a little bit thirsty, but definitely longing for you, definitely trying to figure out how they can get closer to you, or how they can meet you if they haven't already. If you are involved with this person already, they may be thinking of ways to reach out to you, or thinking of ways to make you a further offer. But I just have to say that this person's feelings towards you feels really, really sure and really, really serious. So, wow, okay, let's get into your oracle cards. Trying to compose myself because I'm just filled with giddy energy. I feel like I'm full of beans right now. I'll try to chill though. So we have 4 oracle cards. I'm gonna leave this part of the reading kind of open, but my intention for it was just like, what do you need to know about this connection? Where is this connection going? What's the universe doing for you right now? And things like that. So the first card that we have is Dragonfly Spirit with Change. We also have the number 12 here. So 12th house is actually the first thing that is coming to my mind. Also, the number 12 makes me think of Jupiter, because Jupiter's orbit is 12 years, and we have our Jupiter return every 12 years. So maybe one of you guys is experiencing a Jupiter return soon, the ages of 12, 24, 36, 48, 60. You get it, every 12 years. That will definitely just be for some of you, but I thought that I would mention it. We have Prosperity. I do not know how to pronounce this name, if it's Sachiel or Sakiel. I'm sorry. And then, I like this one. I really like this one. We have Soul Name and Get to Know Each Other. Learn to meet another's need for love. And I also want to point out the repeating number here, 44. So that might be a significant number for you guys. If you see this number, I think it means that your soulmate is thinking about you, or that your soulmate is sending you love. I do think that it's a message directly from them. That doesn't mean that you guys are not receiving messages from spirit and your guides and your own higher self, but if you ever see repeating 4s or repeating numbers, I do think that's your soulmate's higher self just saying like, hi, I'm here, I love you, I'm thinking of you, I hope you're doing well, and this kind of energy. So dragonflies could also be significant for you guys if you see dragonflies, as well as the lotus flower. This is actually a symbol that I personally see a lot, like the image of a lotus flower. Okay, so this change card is actually making me think that the universe is orchestrating some big change. A big turning point is the word that's coming to my mind in your life. A definitive new chapter where you really feel this is the moment that an old cycle in my life ended and a new cycle began. And as this card says here, this is a change that is going to bring you a lot of prosperity. I do think this is talking about material wealth. So this could be a career change or something in your studies, or could also be like relocating to live or work somewhere else, or to work with new people. A new project could be starting. But I do think this change is going to bring you material wealth, and it's also going to make you feel very sure of who you are and what you're capable of. Like really, really boost your confidence and your belief in your own capabilities and in your own potential. So you're really, really glowing up here. I'm getting like King and Queen of Pentacles energy. But the dragonfly always makes me think of adaptability. And I think that is a meaning of the dragonfly spirit, or the animal dragonfly, because it can fly in any direction. Up, down, forward, backward, left, right, diagonal, probably. It can go in any direction, which I think is unique to the dragonfly, or just like a few creatures. But yes, it makes me think of adaptability, and there are many different ways for this path to unfold. So for many of you, this change that is going to bring you prosperity, it might not be exactly what you were expecting or exactly what you were planning for yourself, but I think the universe is asking you to suspend judgment and go for it. We also have the number 12, which is reminding me now of the Hanged Man, which actually is Piscean energy, which is related to or ruled by the planet Jupiter. So that matches. And I never thought of that before. But the Hanged Man is all about looking at things from another perspective and sort of surrendering to the divine plan and not trying to force things. So, and also the waterfall is making me think of, go with the flow, let things flow naturally. It's also making me think of a lot of blessings coming to you. It was just the other day that I was doing a reading and my washing machine started like making waterfall sounds because I guess it was some water was pouring into it, and the sound of falling water was making me think of a windfall. Like it was making me think of blessings and abundance and wealth falling from the sky onto you. And actually there's a waterfall in the Empress card, and I think it has a similar meaning, like divine abundance flowing freely to you. So it's almost like the universe is like, I see your plan, I see what you're trying to do, but I raise you this other plan that's going to bring you even more prosperity, that's going to bring you even more joy, that's going to make you feel even better about yourself. Piscean energy is highly intuitive, and even the Hanged Man has a halo around his head of clarity, of serenity. So I feel like this might be a situation where your mind is kind of fighting the change, but you go for it anyway because something deep in your gut, like something deep in your intuition is just gravitating you towards it. And I feel like I'm kind of going through something similar right now where the universe has presented me with an opportunity and my mind's like, no, don't do it. But I just can't help it. I feel like, no, this is here for a reason. There's something is important here. I need to do something here, and I can't ignore that gut feeling. So your mind and your spirit might be singing different songs when it comes to this, but I do feel like deep down you're going to feel really, really gravitated towards this alternate plan for some reason. And I think most of you will not have a problem embracing this change, and it will be totally worth it. You'll receive more blessings than you ever imagined for yourself, than you ever asked for. And you're going to get to know yourself very, very well. I think this is actually your calling that the universe is guiding you towards. And what you guys are currently moving towards is probably a path that your mind has constructed based on other people's expectations or based on who you think you should be. So it's like your higher self is coming in to say, nope, Nope, we're actually going this way. And yeah, soul name is who you truly are. It's what your soul came here to do. It's the energy that you identify so closely with. And even if your mind can't see it, your soul is always going to gravitate towards that. So the universe and your higher self are bringing you this change so that you can know better who you are and feel really confident about who you are as well. Because number one does make me think of confidence, being assertive, being enthusiastic when it comes to what you're doing. It's like, oh yeah, we have ones and we have repeating fours. So there's like quite a bit of masculine, action-taking, go-getter kind of energy here. And it's very, very interesting that next to soul name, we have get to know each other, because it's almost like the more you get to know your soul, the more you get to know your soulmate's soul. So your souls are incredibly similar. Maybe some of you guys might resonate with the idea of like a soul incarnating into two bodies. Totally just for those of you who wanted confirmation of that, like otherwise just ignore me. But I think your souls are very, very similar. So the more you know yourself, the more you know them. This card also says learn to meet another's need for love. So you and your soulmate might have, I think that you're very similar on a soul level, but as humans, you might have different ways of expressing love. It's like the same energy or the same type of soul that has just physically manifested in different ways. So it might take a little bit of extra effort to to learn how to communicate and to learn how to meet each other's needs. But I think it's going to be worth it. And I think it's going to be very, very fulfilling. And I also think that as you start to move towards your calling, find your own prosperity, and become really, really sure of yourself, you also become more confident in your ability to provide for your soulmate, to make them feel loved, and vice versa. Maybe this is something that they're going through as well, or maybe this change is something that is going to lead you to them. If you guys resonate with that. But yeah, it's like you get to know yourself and what you're truly capable of, and thus become confident in yourself and your ability to take care of yourself, and thus become confident in your ability to take care of this person and know them and meet their needs. It's almost like another you. How can I describe it? You're like, it's so, these things are so abstract and kind of complicated to put into words, but it's like, even if their communication style is different or their loving style is different, it's like if you put yourself in their shoes and in their life, you're like, oh yeah, like you're just another me. You're just another version of me. And that's why you have this love language, because you are me who has lived a different life up until now. And if I had lived that life, I would have the same love language. Does that make sense? It's like you, but in different circumstances, you, but in a different life. So you just have to think, if that were me, and then you know how to treat them. Yes? Yeah. I think that's what they're trying to say. But okay, let's get into your tarot now. So in this part of the reading, we want to look at your current energy, your short-term future energy, and your long-term future energy. I also want to say I'm very, very warm right now. I mean, I'm usually very warm, but the past few days have been quite cold. And last night I actually slept with a sweater and pants on in my bed, which like I never do that because I'm always hot. So I'm like, damn, I've been really cold lately. But with this pile, I feel like my usual warm self again. You guys just warm me right up. Okay, so for group number 2, can we please get a card to represent, that came out really fast, the current energies? Look at this, we have yin and yang. There's a bit of you in them, there's a bit of them in you. The snake is shaped as an infinity symbol. Oh wait, I'm gonna move these up so that it fits better. for the short-term future energy, oh, wow, that is the exact same card that came out for group 1 in the exact same position for the short-term future. And for the long-term, we have the 4 of Cups. Okay, so I'm gonna start with the 2 of Pentacles that we have here for the current energy. I've mentioned the yin-yang symbols, I've mentioned the infinity snake. With the 2 of Pentacles here, I do think that you guys are being called to your respective callings right now, to your respective prosperity. Probably both of you guys are going through similar motions in your life. The very specific timing might be different and the environments might be different, but it's almost like you're going through the same kind of formative events in your life and same major transitions and learning a lot of the similar lessons in tandem. Like you're moving parallelly. So I think right now it's time for you guys to make a change in your life. It's time for you guys to find your material abundance, to find your confidence, to start feeling like you're really living out your calling. And so I think for them, it's the same thing. They're being called to the same thing. It kind of looks like for the moment that might cause you to temporarily go your separate ways, or it could make both of you quite busy, because the 2 of Pentacles is also about being busy. So it kind of seems like the universe is saying the focus is on your career right now. The focus is on what you do in the world right now. And this kind of romantic union, or this being the focus of your life, the current energies are not really favoring that right now. It makes sense that we have Hanged Man energy with this card. The Dragonfly asking you to be adaptable. The number 12 asking you to suspend your judgment. Because the Hanged Man kind of has this feeling of like, it's not time for things to move forward yet. The Hanged Man is literally just hanging there and waiting. The 2 of Pentacles could be encouraging you guys to keep busy. Like if you're really feeling like you miss this person, if you're really feeling antsy or impatient for things to come together, then keeping busy might be something that helps you. And I think the fulfillment of working on your calling could also be something that kind of takes your mind off of the, or that kind of takes you away from any urgency or any desperate. I don't like the word desperate, but yeah, like that feeling of urgency or impatient or really, really strong attachment that you might feel with this connection. I do think that it's kind of just time for you guys to do your own thing, but I actually think that you guys who chose this group are motivated to do that. That's an energy that I pick up with the 2 of Pentacles as well, and I think your person is motivated to do that as well. I think you guys are both really taking your own betterment and your own growth seriously, because the 2 of Pentacles makes me think of like 2 people who are equally capable, equally dedicated, equally hardworking, and they're each bringing their coin to the table. They're ready to put in the work. They're serious about this, I think. And yeah, we even saw here, like this person is so sure about you. This person is so serious about you. And I honestly think that even if this takes a little bit more time, even if you guys are physically or emotionally apart for some time, I don't think it's going to change anything. And I think the 4 of Pentacles is there to... Oh, okay, I get it. I was wondering what that 4 of Cups meant, but I get it now. I think that the 4 of Pentacles is here to confirm to you guys that this is not going to change anything, because the 4 of Pentacles is a very stubborn energy. It's very sturdy. It does not move. It does not change. It's like the most freaking fixed. I think it's the most fixed card in tarot, because 4 for me is like the most stable number, or just is the most stable number, and Pentacles is the most stable and solid suit. So I might as well just like hammer this bitch into the table like this card. Sorry, I didn't mean to call you a bitch. I meant the card. I was just, anyway. So, what was I talking about? Yeah, I might as well glue this here, because the 4 of Pentacles is such a solid energy. It is not going to go anywhere. So The universe is confirming to you, even though it might be time for you to be a little bit adaptable and change your plans and go off and do your own thing, this is not going to change where you stand with this person at all. So like even if you guys are already with this person and you're going to be a little bit busy from now on, or you're going to be physically far away from each other, this is not going to change the love that you have for each other. If this is someone you know and are interested in, and you're worried that this is going to like delay your union or bring you farther apart from them, your guides are saying that's not the case. Everything's going to be okay. And even if you've never met this person before or don't know who they are, and you're wondering, what if this change of plans delays our meeting? That is also not the case, because the Four of Pentacles means that everything is secure, everything is set in place, nothing is moving from the perspective of the divine plan. This was already built in. Like this change was already built in. So you're completely on schedule. And nothing could bring you farther away. Yeah, so I think it's kind of a different meaning from what we saw with group 1, but definitely makes sense for you guys. And then, yeah, I was wondering what this Four of Cups was supposed to mean, and now I understand. The Four of Cups is about like not seeing something, especially in the context, or not in the context, in the image of this card. It literally looks like he's looking away. And if he were to just look up, he would see this cup that's being offered to him. I think that right now you guys might feel very anxious to meet this person, or to come into union with this person, or to move things to the next stage with them. But I think your higher self is saying, the more you embrace this change and really solidify yourself in your new life, and the more fulfillment you feel from living out your calling, it's not that you stop caring, or it's not that you stop wanting this person, but I think you would stop like checking in on the connection so much, or you'd be a little bit less attached to how everything plays out, because you're already like so fulfilled with your current life. I think that this person is coming into your life, or coming back into your life, or things are moving to the next level when you kind of least expect it. And it's so funny because like I can see you guys, this is a card that can talk about discontent or dissatisfaction. That doesn't change the fact that I think you guys are going to be incredibly fulfilled living out your calling, and incredibly happy with the changes that have come to you. But I think it's almost like, because your souls are so closely intertwined, it's almost like, how can I describe it? On the outside in the 3D, you're busy, you're thriving, you're fulfilled, you're living your best life. But I feel like there's always going to be this little tab open of like, I miss them. But sometimes it might be a little whisper, like, I miss them. And then oftentimes you can't hear it because you're so busy. And so when they finally come into your life, or come back into your life, or when things move to the next level, it's like, oh man, that's like the medicine I didn't know I needed. It's like when you're working really, really hard and you're focused on a task and you're in the zone, and you might be hungry, but you're so into what you're doing and you're so in the flow that you don't even notice you're hungry. And then someone comes in and it's like, hey, do you want some food? And you smell the food, and then it dawns on you like, holy shit, I've been hungry for hours. It's like that kind of feeling. In the moment, you don't realize that need or that longing or that aching is there. But the second it's fulfilled, you're like, oh, that's what I was craving. So yeah, I think that keeping busy is definitely going to make it less of like an urgent longing, but that doesn't mean you ever stop missing them or stop wanting them. And that doesn't mean that your union or reunion is going to feel any less good. And yeah, I think it's kind of unexpected the way that it comes together. And it does look here like the universe in this spread has put your union or reunion in the longer term future. Of course, that's going to be subjective, what you guys feel like is long term. But I would say at least for the next, maybe this is like for the next 2 to 4 months, let's say for the next 3 months, for the next few months. There we go. I shouldn't get too specific because it's a general reading and time frames can fluctuate for sure. But I do think for the next few months, you're really going to be focused on this change and building up wealth for yourself and creating fulfillment in your life. Always energetically kind of leaving the door open for this person. But I just think that like the physical union or reunion is kind of going to catch you off guard. Like, I wasn't expecting this. It's funny because right now you might be feeling like, why is it taking so long? But I think when it finally happens, you're thinking, well, I wasn't expecting for this to happen so soon, or I wasn't expecting for this to happen at this stage in the game, at this timing. But then all of those emotions come flooding back and you realize how much you have missed them this whole time. It's actually it's very sentimental. So, okay, let's move on now to the final portion of your reading. We're gonna get some advice for you, and then we'll get some more messages channeled directly from your soulmate. We have peace, harmony, and contentment. This card is reminding me of the Ace of Cups. Yeah, this next chapter for you guys is going to be so happy. I think you guys are really learning about yourself, really coming to know yourself, really learning how to take care of yourself and learning how to find inner peace. One thing that I think might be changing in you guys when you're living out your calling is that you stop caring so much about what other people think, or you stop caring so much about material things. And it's kind of ironic because it's like when you stop caring about things like status and wealth and success, that's when it comes pouring into you. That's when the resistance, the blockages are removed. But yeah, I think you guys, like the universe is saying, you guys are going to be amazed at how much inner peace you have when you're living out your calling and when you feel good about what you're doing. Almost like, yeah, I didn't know a happiness like this existed. I didn't know that I could feel this happy and unbothered and at peace no matter what was happening outside me, because I have such an unshakable confidence in what I'm doing, and I have such an unshakable confidence in who I am, and nothing can mess with that. You're cultivating so much inner peace. And doves also, I think of freedom. So like freedom from people's opinions, freedom from people's expectations, freedom from other people's definition of happiness and success. Like you stop caring about that stuff. I almost want to say completely. I will be that dramatic and say you stop caring completely. Because you stand for something, because you stand for yourself. And those of you who have been up until now like really caring about what other people thought and you know how you come across to others and caring about superficial things, I feel like that's not you. I feel like that's energy that you've absorbed or energy that you've picked up from being around certain types of people. I don't know if the universe wishes to elaborate further, but I just thought I would share that. Okay, you also have let go, relax and release. I think it's important for you guys in this next chapter, let go of your expectations, because like I said, I think the expectations or the plan that you guys have made for this next cycle of your life might not be based on what your soul truly wants or who your soul truly is. And your soul is trying to redirect you to the right place. Oh, and there's lotus flowers again. Yeah, this is a further elaboration on being open to change, being open to adaptability, being open to unexpected opportunities. So now we are going to finally finish off the reading with my homemade message deck and just get a few more channeled messages from your soulmate. I think with group 1, we pulled 5, so I'll do 5 for you guys as well. Stay strong. I want to protect you and keep you safe. I'll be by your side forever. So that actually matches really nicely with the closing. Yeah, the closing of the letter. I will cherish you until my last day. So this person is definitely life partner material. I'm thinking of, it's a lyric from 3435 by Ariana Grande. Is who's counting time when we got it for life, or who's counting the time when we got it for life? So I think that fits, even though that song is about a completely different topic. I think that matches really well with the Two of Pentacles and Four of Pentacles energy. Like, yes, things are going to change and you might be going into a different direction than what you expected, but it's not going to delay anything for you. And even if it did, like, you have forever. You literally have all of the time in the universe. Like, what's another little while if you have forever? It's that kind of sentiment. So we'll get a couple more. Yeah, look, please wait for me a little longer. And, oop, did I drop it on the floor? Yes, I did. Oh, she traveled. Okay, here it is. It says, thank you for teaching me how to be myself. So interesting. We talked about really getting to know yourself and getting to know each other. The more you know yourself, the more you know them. And the more you show up as someone who knows yourself, the more you help them. Let me sit down again. The more you help them to know themselves. And then I wanted to show the bottom of the deck energy as well. It says, everything will be okay. Oh, oh crap. I need to check the bottom of the deck energy for you guys. We have the King of Cups. I actually love the image of the King of Cups on this deck because it's just so raw. Like, I'm literally giving you my beating human heart. Like, I will give you, no, that sounds kind of spooky. I'll give you my heart on a platter. But no, literally, that's the sentiment that your soulmate wants to give you. I'm always here for you. You have my heart. You have literally my physical heart. This person could be a water sign as well. I don't think I've spoken a lot about zodiac signs throughout this reading, but Cancer energy, Scorpio energy, and Pisces energy, like the Hanged Man that we talked about, could be significant. And even the Dove, which reminds me of the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups is related to all water signs. So Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. But yes, I think those are all the messages I see for you guys. So I'm going to end your reading here. Thank you very, very much for letting me do this reading for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. Please take good care of yourself. Stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. I also have a Patreon, so if you guys are interested in seeing even more exclusive pick-a-cards where you get to choose a topic, that will be linked down below too. And I have a music channel. The song that you guys heard at the very start of this video was an original song, so if you're interested in listening to that one or any of my other songs, my music channel will be linked down below too. I'm sending you guys lots of love, sending your soulmate lots of love, and your spirit guides lots of love, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Hi, number threes. So if you guys chose the purple envelope and the purple agate, this is going to be your reading. So how we are going to do this reading is, first we'll open up this envelope and read the channeled letter from your soulmate that is inside. There's also a song card in this envelope, so I picked a song that was coming through that reminded me of your soulmate and your connection, and then there's a little excerpt of the lyrics as well. And all of the songs are going to be linked down below where the timestamps are if you do feel called to give them a listen. But then after that, we're going to move on to the tarot and oracle cards and see what you need to know about this connection. We're going to take a look at the current energy, the short-term future energy, and the long-term future energy. And then we will finish off the reading with some advice and then even more channeled messages from your soulmate. So let's get right into it. I do have to be honest, I already opened this up because this is my second time filming the intro of your video, because the first time I read this letter out loud, I could not read my own handwriting, and then I kind of messed up the flow. And I just thought, like, this is such a romantic message. I want to do it justice and not be like struggling to read. So let's start over and hope that it goes well. My dearest, your name. There is nothing more beautiful in this world than when you are happy. When you have a smile on your face, when you're expressing yourself freely, just being you. I know how lucky I am to be able to witness it. I would go to any lengths to make you happy. You say the word and I'm there. Nothing is off limits. I am all yours. I hope you know you can say, do, and be whatever your heart desires when you're with me. It is an honor to behold you. Thank you for being in my life. Your soulmate. This letter particularly I felt was super romantic, and there's this feeling of, first of all, you deserve the best and I want to give you the best and I want to make sure everything is perfect for you. Honestly, it was probably your soulmate's higher self who made me restart the letter when I like stumbled on my words a bit. Like, nope, that won't do. My baby, my group 3 deserve the best. We're going to do it over. They really, really want you to have the best experience. Even when I was writing this letter, I thought, nothing is off limits. That's a little bit dramatic, but this is how they wanted to put it. Like, they would literally do anything to make you happy. And then the song that came through is My Love by Justin Timberlake. Absolute classic. This whole era was just so iconic. The Future Sex Love Sounds era. Iconic. And the Justin Timberlake, Timbaland, Nelly Furtado era, if you know, you know. But yeah, it just seems like such a classic romantic. This person seems like such a gentleman, and I kind of use that gender neutrally, like just wants to show you a good time, wants to take care of you, chivalrous, this kind of vibe. There's also a remix to a Justin Timberlake song that is coming through that I really, really like, and I want to recommend it to you guys, but it's a remix of Suit and Tie, I think is the title of the song. And it just has a really, really nice vibe. And I think I'm going to link that one as well. The one that's like, I can't wait till I get you on the floor, good looking. I don't know. I just get that kind of classic, suave, smooth vibe from this person. I think that this person is very, very charming. But I'm kind of getting a mixed group feeling where some of them are very outwardly charming and everybody sees it and everybody knows it. And then for others, it's more subtle. You know, like this kind of romantic side of them comes out in certain moments or when they're around certain people, aka you, when they're feeling particularly confident, safe, and comfortable. This kind of sensual side of them, I think, comes out quite a bit. This could also be someone who is a good dancer or who has some sort of notable talent, especially an artistic talent. I'm getting that vibe as well. But let's go ahead and get into your oracle cards now. So I'm going to leave this part of the reading kind of open, but my intention for this part, okay, also I just have to mention, since this reading has started, both times I look up at the, I don't know what you call it. I think it's called a viewfinder, like the monitor to see what's on the camera. I saw 333 and 444. So those might be important numbers for you guys, but those are the numbers of the Empress and the Emperor. So you guys are just giving off beautiful, regal energy. Like you guys are made for each other, but we already knew that. But I think you guys are both so amazing. You guys are both really reaching your full potential or well on your way to it. I think both of you guys take amazing care of yourselves and the people around you, and you could not be more deserving of each other because like you're an amazing person and you also deserve an amazing person, and this soulmate is that. So right, like I was saying, I'm gonna keep this part of the reading pretty open, but what's sort of been coming through and what I've been intending for this part is anything that your spirit guides or the universe wants you to know about this connection, where it's headed, how you can prepare for your union or your reunion, how the universe is helping you right now, and those kinds of things. So the first card that we have is Unicorn with the message Purity. Then we have Stillness with the angel Cassiel. Soulcraft, and act as if your partner is here. Whether you have someone in your life or not, act as if they are with you, so you will always consider them. I'm also noticing we have the number 10 here, and then we have the number 37, which would reduce to 10. So 10 might be an important number for you guys as well. 10 makes me think of a new beginning that is starting with infinite potential. So it's almost like the universe is saying a new beginning is coming in your life, but it can be whatever you want it to be. And I'll get into that a little bit in a second, because I see a lot of this energy. Like, your future can be what you make it. Your future can be whatever your creative mind can imagine. There's a lot of that going on here. The month of October could also be significant, like the 10th month, or maybe like the date, the 10th, maybe you met this person on the 10th, or someone's birthday is on the 10th, or something like that. But I am going to start with the unicorn card. So unicorns, right away, the feeling that they give me is something that is unconventional, unique, or a little weird. And that's really not a bad thing. In fact, it's a very beautiful thing. One thing this could be indicating is that this person might be a little bit different from the type that you usually go for, or vice versa, or the way that you guys have come together, or the way that you guys have found out about each other is a little bit unconventional. Now, of course, that's very subjective, and people meet each other in all different kinds of ways, but I can imagine if you told somebody the story of how did you meet this person, or how did you know this person was the one? If they heard your story, they'd probably be like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. And I think it would really shake people to the core, is the way it's coming to me. Like, holy shit, you guys were meant to be. So maybe your story has a lot of divine detours, has a lot of synchronicities, or you guys might be an unlikely couple, which again is very subjective. But for example, coming from different backgrounds, or having a lot of physical distance between the two of you. If we reduce 45, this is the number 9, which I feel is a highly spiritual number. So there could be some kind of spiritual or esoteric aspects to the way you guys came together, or, you know, your journey together, but it really stands out to people. I feel like your story is not just the run of the mill, like, oh, we met through a friend and we just started dating each other and then we decided to be together. I think there's a bit more twists and turns. There's a bit more, oh my gosh, what are the odds that you met in that way? What are the odds that you came together in that way? Like, it's a very interesting story. I'm feeling with this message purity here. Whenever I see the word purity, I think of the phrase like nothing has gone wrong. Everything is okay. And maybe some of you guys have felt discouraged by the unconventionality of your connection, or the unconventionality of your feelings and the way you experience a pull to this person. Just because I think we all kind of have that in us. Like, if something's different, if something's standing out, then it's bad and we should be like everybody else. We should fit in. But I think what makes your connection unusual or unconventional is actually super beautiful, and it's actually super inspiring. And I hope that you would never think like, just because your relationship is a little bit different, you're any less valid as soulmates, or you're any less valid as just counterparts, people to be in a relationship. And unicorns just really make me think of embracing your uniqueness. They also make me think of being psychically tapped in, because I think of the unicorn horn as an antenna. So like, you're picking up downloads. You guys might experience claircognizance when it comes to this connection. So just knowing things about your soulmate without having received any clarification or any indication of that in the 3D. So just, I don't know, like knowing where they are, knowing where they're from, knowing what they're doing, knowing what they're thinking. You just pick up on bits and pieces of information about them like that. And the universe is saying you actually just flat out have this ability, but you probably mostly pick up on your soulmate because they're so important to you, because you think about them a lot. But if you were to focus your energy and focus your thoughts on anybody, you could probably do the same thing. So, you know, like George down the street. If you start really, really thinking about him, you could pick up claircognizance information about him as well. This is just an ability that you have outside of this connection, but that's pretty cool. Like I said, number 9, I feel very, spiritually advanced or spiritually developed with the energy of the number 9. I don't know if some of you guys like are really into your spiritual practice or have maybe even considered sharing your spiritual gifts with other people, but I could definitely see this group as one who would thrive in that. Even the deep purple color that you guys were drawn to, it just gives off like spiritual and psychic energy for me. With the stillness card here, I think that the universe is encouraging you guys to go through a little bit of a detox period. I think you guys are very sensitive and to the energies, to the thoughts around you. And I think every now and then you just need to be extra careful about clearing out your energy. With this card, this looks like someone who is kind of in isolation, just taking time to themselves, taking time to rest, taking time to reflect. And I feel like you guys are kind of due for that. Now, this is not in order by any means. So you shouldn't feel guilty if you're not doing that, I guess. Like if you're really busy and life is just happening and you're running around, the universe is not judging you like, oh my gosh, I totally understand. You have responsibilities, live your life. But like just something to think of in the back of your mind when you have time, when you have some free time, take a moment to just disconnect and come back to yourself. Like do the best that you can. I know it's hard in this day and age, in this busy world, but do the best that you can to remove yourself from any external stimulation, external influences. If you could be all alone, that would be amazing. But yeah, there's like a call for you to detox. There's a call for you to recenter yourself. I recently had someone ask me on Instagram, like, how do you clear negative energy from yourself? And it really is simple. It's really just like the simple everyday things that can do this. Taking a bath. When I take a bath, I like to I sit in the water, and then when I drain it, I think as if all of the negativity was sucked out of me from the water and is now going down the drain and it's gone. Walking outside, exercising. I love running to clear my mind and clear negativity from me. What else? Venting, journaling, getting it out on paper. Like it's really the everyday practical things that can really clear your energy. But I think you guys might just be overwhelmed from external influences, and your higher self is kind of eager to get more aligned with you or to get back in touch with you. I think that you guys do your best. First of all, you're a very, very powerful manifester, but I think you guys do your best intention setting and your best seed planting when you are by yourself. It's almost like your energy is so immaculate and your energy is so powerful that it's really good for it to not be tainted. So doing rituals by yourself, I think, is the best for your manifestation practices. With Soulcraft here, I do think this is speaking to your ability to create your desired reality. You guys also might be creative souls. I was definitely picking up that energy from your soulmate at first, so it would make a lot of sense if you guys are creative people as well. But taking time to detox and be by yourself, it could help to stir up some creative inspiration too. Or engaging in creative expression could be a very, very powerful manifestation tool for you guys, whether that is scripting, writing, singing, dancing, making music, painting, whatever it might be. Even, I don't know, there's so many different forms of artistic expression, but something like that. Even cooking is like a form of art because you're, mixing things together and creating something beautiful. Even that. Sewing as well is coming to my mind, playing an instrument. These kinds of things also help to clear your energy and also help to make you a very, very powerful manifester. And then we also have this message that says act as if your partner is here. So it's almost like the universe is encouraging you to do a lot of visualizing, to do a lot of daydreaming, and to allow yourself to go there. You know, if you had a day off, you could literally just like, well, do whatever you want to do, of course, but you could literally just like sit there and visualize your desired reality all day. And the universe is saying that would be super, super productive for you guys. Just to kind of reset your energy and to get focused again and to motivate yourself again. I did read the message on this one. Whether you have someone in your life or not, act as if they are with you, so you will always consider them. For some reason, the image of the star in tarot just came up in my mind really, really strongly. Maybe you guys are in Aquarius or your soulmate is in Aquarius, but there's this feeling of like a future that you think might be distant is not actually so distant, or your desired reality is actually not so far off from your current one. Like what things you would need to do and things you would need to change to get from here to your desired reality is not as much as you think. And allowing yourself to go there and to believe and to daydream without judgment and to visualize without judgment, I think is really, really going to add fuel to this manifestation. Like you're totally manifesting this person. And I was mentioning before, there's so much energy here of like this next chapter is whatever you make it, whatever you want to create. So go crazy, you know, like horse energy is all about freedom and running wild and letting your hair down. So it's almost like the universe is encouraging you to go with your dreams, even if they seem, I think lofty is the word, if they seem unrealistic to you. The universe is saying they're not as unrealistic as you think. You're actually very, very close to your desired outcome, whether that is, you know, finding out who this person is, meeting them in the 3D, coming together with them, coming back together with them, moving to the next level. I should mention, and I probably should have mentioned this at the very beginning, so my apologies, but if this is someone you don't know yet, or who doesn't know you, or whom you haven't met yet, you can think of this letter as a message from their higher self, or something that they would say to you when you are together, however it makes sense for you to interpret. But these messages transcend like time and space and the 3D situation. This is, you know, straight from the soul, straight from the heart. But let's move on now to the tarot and take a look at, so in this part of the reading, we're going to see your current energy, the energy for your short-term future, and for the long-term future. Okay, group number 3. Let's start with your current energy. What can you tell us about group 3's current energy? We have the 8 of Cups. A message is coming through like you guys are selling yourself short, or cheapening yourself, or dimming your light, something like that. I also think you guys are quite naive, and that's not a judgment because I am too. And I'll get into that in a second. We have the 5 of Wands for your short-term future. Oh my gosh, and the Empress for your long-term future. Okay, so yes, with the 8 of Cups here, there is a feeling of you guys selling yourself short. For one, I do think this has to do with what you allow yourself to visualize, what you allow yourself to desire, what you allow yourself to believe is possible. It's kind of like you're going small. And I think it's just because you don't want to get hurt, or you don't want to get disappointed. And I understand that, but I think your idea of what's realistic, the universe is saying it's like inaccurate. You might think that believing in this union and believing in your dreams is super crazy and super out there, but the universe keeps coming back to say it's not as out there as you think. And you're holding back because you don't see it as likely. You don't see yourself as, it's almost like you don't see yourself as belonging in your desired future. You've like built a fence around your desired future and put your current self outside of it, and you feel like your desired future is shutting you out, like you can't get in. And it's like, this is literally your making. You're the owner of this property. Get back in that fence. This future is yours and nobody else's. But the Eight of Cups, this person is leaving because these cups are empty. There's nothing there for them. And I think you guys, like I said, you're making yourself smaller to fit into your current situation. I'm thinking of, I can't remember. I think it's in the Work Your Light Oracle deck by Rebecca Campbell, and it says don't dim to fit in. And oh yeah, and we were talking about the unicorn with like, don't worry about not fitting in, because your uniqueness is what is so beautiful and so inspiring about you. But it's like you guys have been trying to fit in to your current situation and to be happy with it. One, because, you know, it feels good to fit in. It feels awkward to stand out. And two, because I think you don't believe your desired future is actually out there for you, or you believe it's out there, but you don't believe that you're allowed into the fence, so to speak. So you've been kind of selling yourself short, and the universe is warning you about that. And the universe is saying you're destined for something much greater, something of your making, something that you've already daydreamed about, that you already know like the back of your hand, because you're in that world in your dreams. And I think for a lot of you guys, like when you're sleeping and in the astral is one of the only times you allow yourself to just freely be joyful in the world you've created, without realizing that you can have that in your waking life too. Like you feel, oh, maybe that's why they said nothing is off limits. They were one step ahead of me. It's like you feel the joy that you experience in your dreams, or in your visualizations, or in your meditations, or through your psychic insights. It's off limits for you in the practical 3D world. You've created too much of a duality between like, there's my spiritual self and there's my 3D self. And my 3D self lives this like life that is not up to my standards. And then this is like the spiritual world of my dreams that's not real, but everything feels nice there. It's like there's too much of a wall. And these worlds are trying to merge. They're trying to have a crossover, but you have to let them. I'm even getting like Eight of Swords energy. Mental blockages, lack of confidence. The universe is saying with the Eight of Cups here, there's something that you guys need to leave behind. Maybe it is just those beliefs or those doubts that you need to leave behind. But if there's something in your life, some commitment that you need to cut off, some ties that you need to cut, you will know better than me. You will probably know intuitively. This could be like your confirmation that yes, it is time to do that. And then I was picking up naivety. I think it's because of the red cloak, and I was thinking of Little Red Riding Hood who trusted the wolf. But you guys are so pure. Like your heart and soul is so pure. And I don't know why this message was coming up. I'm not really sure how it ties in, and maybe I'll figure out as I go along. But one message that was coming to me is that you guys you're very compassionate, and I think you're always giving people the benefit of the doubt without even trying. I don't think you guys are having that mental process of like, oh, I need to give this person the benefit of the doubt because I need to be nice. But you literally just do it as a default, because it's almost like you're so pure that you couldn't fathom someone else being malicious, or someone else being intentionally hurtful, or someone else being like spiteful and plotting and vengeful. And do you know what I mean? Like, no, they wouldn't do that. They wouldn't lie. Well, yes, they would. Like there's all kinds of people out there. And so I don't know why that message is coming up, honestly. Whatever. I'll move on, and if it appears to be relevant later, I might come back to it. But Spirit is full of mysteries today. We have the Five of Wands for your short-term energy. So there's a couple ways that I can interpret this. And one is that this could be an inner conflict within you guys. Like part of you knows that you need to move on. Part of you knows that you're destined for something greater. Part of you knows that the next cycle of your life is calling you to step up and move towards it. But you could be fighting yourself. There's one part of you that says, man, I gotta go. I gotta walk away from this energy. You might do this energetic detox and never go back. Never go back to the things that toxified your energy in the first place. So there's one part of you that's telling you gotta go. And then there's another part that says, well, let's not go just yet. And then there might be a part that says, you can't leave because what about so-and-so? They're counting on you, or they're gonna be mad at you. And there's one part that says you can't go because there's nothing else out there for you. All of these things trying to stop you from moving on. I think I'm imagining this as like the wand that prevailed and the wand that you're carrying here to take you on your journey. But this can definitely be representing inner conflict that you guys are going to be experiencing in the short-term future. I also think that, you know, and this is just, it happens a lot when we're co-creating with the universe. The universe does hear our request and does respond to it. But as you guys might know, sometimes the way that the universe takes us to get to our destination is different than what we thought. And so we can kind of start arguing with the universe like, hey, I think we're going the wrong way. And I was even feeling with this unicorn card, there might be a lot of like twists and turns in your journey. You are getting to exactly where you want to go, but sometimes the universe's idea of how to get there is just a little bit different from ours. And so, you know, this is simultaneously describing your conflict with the universe and feeling like you want to fight with the universe, like, hey, this is not what's supposed to be happening. And then again, this is conflict inside you. Like one part of you thinks we're going the wrong way, I need to take action. And then another part of you says, no, we need to keep trusting. And all of these voices in your head kind of confusing you. So I do feel that this group, I'm also getting moon energy, Pisces energy, because I'm thinking of the moon card. The star, oh look, the stars at the bottom of the deck. And the Six of Wands. Okay, I'm gonna leave these here. I feel like they're important. And the Ten of Cups. And the Seven of Swords, because you guys have an inaccurate idea of what is likely for you or what is coming for you. What should I do? I'm just gonna put these here. I'll cover up the Seven of Swords because we don't need him anymore. But yeah, I can feel that you guys have been confused, that you guys have been frustrated on this journey. I think that taking time to yourself is going to be super, super helpful just to get back to what it is that you really care about and what it really is that your heart desires, and just simplify things again. But yeah, for the next while, you could be in a little bit of a frustrated or confused energy, like frustrated with the universe or confused with the universe or just frustrated with the energies around you. But in the long-term future, we have the Empress. So the Empress is literally the physical manifestation of everything that you have desired. So there's super, super heavy vibes throughout this whole reading of successful manifestation. The Empress is holding wheat, which represents an abundant harvest, which represents reaping what you've sown and your hard work paying off, the seeds of your intentions growing. The waterfall represents infinite possibilities of what you can create because you have that infinite divine consciousness flowing through you. You are a divine creator, and it's your birthright to express yourself in that way and create your desired reality. But this is not only abundance and prosperity, but it's also about this beautiful unconditional love. So I'm also seeing this Empress as representing your happy union. The swan here is about mirroring. So swans often make me think of counterparts, and we have this beautiful Venusian energy, which I'm sure you guys know is all about love and abundance. The Empress is also about creation, specifically like two counterparts coming together to give birth to something. So this could be someone that you're having a family with, if that's what you want, or you could be giving birth to a business together, if it's not a literal child, or of course it could be both. But I do think that you and this soulmate will collaborate and create things together in some ways, which makes sense because both of you were just emanating so much creative energy. And with the star energy here and with the unicorn, you might be creating something that is a little bit weird, that is a little bit unconventional, that people haven't seen before, or your relationship, like I said, is a little bit unconventional. But it's freaking beautiful. With the Ten of Cups here, this is your happily ever after. Everything you need to be happy and more. It's like, oh, my cat's hairs are making their way into so many readings today. yeah, it's everything you could have ever wanted. And the 10 of Cups and the Star together is just a huge confirmation of like everything that you want for yourself and everything that you visualize for yourself. You can not only have that, but you can have so much more. The potential of what you're able to create and manifest in this earth is limitless. But you've been deceived. You've deceived yourself, or others have deceived you into not knowing your power. The Six of Wands is also a card that talks about victory and getting your desired outcome. So the universe is really, and it makes sense because your soulmate will pull out all the stops to make you happy and to reassure you. And so the universe is doing that in this reading. Like, I will give you all the beautiful confirmation cards to let you know that everything is going to be okay, that you'll make it out of this confusing energy. You have the freaking Empress, you have the freaking Star, the 10 of Cups, the 6 of Wands, like shit. What more could you ask for? These are all the indicators of a beautiful, blissful future coming your way. And again, it's not as far off as you think it is. With the 6 of Wands and the Star here, there could be some like public figure energy, or you guys becoming very successful together and gaining some kind of like fame or renownedness together, or it's just like a lot of people are looking up to you. Because, you know, both of these cards have that meaning. I'm thinking of someone who's literally a star, and then the 6 of Wands can indicate someone who's like well-known, well-respected, good reputation, public figure. So that could be some confirmation for you guys if you're hoping to like enter into a field that would propel you to that kind of success, or maybe your person is, but I thought I would mention that too. And then in terms of zodiac signs, we do have Aquarius, Piscean energy was coming through as well. And then we also have Taurus and Libra here with the Empress. But man, this is definitely the most like outrightly happy and positive and romantic and beautiful reading. I'm really, really happy to see this for you guys. And I just saw 3333 on the camera timer. And I saw 333 before as well. So repeating threes and repeating fours seem to be your number. All right, so to finish off this reading, we're gonna get some additional advice for you. I'm gonna lay these out nicer. Some additional advice, and then we're gonna get a few more channeled messages from your soulmate. I want them to all hang out together. So this is like your future energy, which is the freaking tarot jackpot, if I'm being honest. And then this is your current and short-term future energy. So you know, the next little while, I'm not gonna lie, it might be difficult for you. It might be very frustrating, but you are quadruple confirmed that any struggle you go through, any efforts you put in, it's all going to be worth it and then some in the end, truly. All right, so let's get some advice for group number 3. Ooh, action. Awaken the warrior woman within. So yeah, the universe, you know what's up. The universe is telling you it's time to go. It's time to go. Your future awaits you. I'm also getting magician energy. You guys already have everything within that you need to create your desired future. If you guys already know this person and are already involved with them, although for some reason I feel like that's not the case for many people who chose this group, then the universe is definitely encouraging you to take action towards them, to reach out if you can, or to just be actively manifesting them more. Whatever you're comfortable with, of course, but you're definitely getting a huge push from the universe. If you don't know this person yet, you're being encouraged to act as if, and, you know, live your life as if it's guaranteed that you will run into this person, that you will come together. I'm also hearing like create the life that would be welcoming for them, or create the life that would make you visible to them. Put yourself out there. And for a lot of you, you know, that's something that's going to come naturally to you, because the life that you want is going to be in alignment with the life that will bring them in. We have trust, faith in the power of the universe. Funnily enough, group 1 got these exact 2 cards. Ooh, and then we have fire. Yeah, transformation, rebirth, and renewal. Yeah, there's a new beginning coming for you guys. Or there's a potential, I should say there's a potential for a new beginning if you will take it. Because for this group, I really feel like it's dependent on if you're brave enough to walk away and if you're brave enough to start anew. But the potential will wait for you. You know, it's not like a bus that's going to leave and you have to run for it. Like, you're the bus driver. So it's whenever you want to get in the bus and drive it away. But all the lights are green is basically what the universe is telling you. This person could also be a fire sign, Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius. But let's finish off now with a few more channeled messages from your soulmate. You are my hero. So this person is definitely very, very proud of you. I think the 6 of Wands also talks about like a really strong mutual admiration that exists between the 2 of you. I also think that you guys are going to be couple goals. I'm thinking of, you know, the suit and tie song that I suggested. There's a line in there like, we don't mind all the watching, because if they study close, real close, they might learn something. So like, people are watching you. People are watching and learning from your badass energy, from your amazing relationship. I'll be by your side forever. Oh my gosh, our story may be unusual, but I wouldn't change it for the world. Ooh, that's so spooky how that lined up. And then we have 2 more. Look, there's more fire. Like, literally more fire. You drive me crazy. So there's a lot of passion in this group. You know, I was feeling a kind of smooth, sensual energy from this person. Fire can also be a further confirmation that you guys are both insanely creatively talented. I also think you guys are both very, very hot. You guys might think like, oh, maybe that's also a little bit where you have naive energy. I think you guys don't realize how hot you are, and I think you guys don't realize the effect that you have on people and the effect that you have on this person. Because I just thought of you being like, oh, why is everybody looking at me? Why is everyone staring at me? They must be looking at me funny because I did something weird, or I'm dressed weird. And it's like, no, they're checking you out. Like, they're looking at you because you're freaking hot. I think both of you guys are. Like, you will be a very sexy couple and a very talented couple. But yeah, your soulmate could be thinking about you a lot in this way, like in a sensual or sexual kind of way, or just be really longing for physical touch with you. And then we also have you stand out from the crowd. I just had an image of like, I don't know, you're in a packed club, or like you're at a concert or at a party or something, you know, everybody's having a good time, everybody's jamming, and there's music, and they just, boom, they just pick you out from the crowd. Cool. Well, those are all the messages that I have for you guys, so I'm going to end the reading here. Thank you very, very much for letting me do this reading for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. Please take good care of yourself, stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. I also have a Patreon, so if you guys are interested in seeing even more exclusive pick-a-cards where you get to choose the topic, that will be linked down below too. And I have a music channel. The song that you guys heard at the very start of this video was an original song, so if you're interested in listening to that one or any of my other songs, my music channel will be linked down below as well. I'm sending you guys lots of love, sending your person lots of love, and all of your spirit guides lots of love. Thank you so much for being here today, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye. Hi number fours, so if you guys chose the white envelope and the white moonstone, this is going to be your reading. So the way we're going to do this reading is we will start by taking a look inside this envelope and reading the channeled letter from your soulmate. There's also a song card in here, so it has the name of a song that came through that reminded me of your soulmate and your connection, and there's a little excerpt of the lyrics as well. All of the songs will be linked down below where the timestamps are if you guys do feel called to give them a listen. But then we are going to move on into the tarot and oracle cards and see what you need to know about this connection. We'll look at the current energy, the short-term future energy, and the long-term future energy. And then we're also going to get some advice from your spirit guides and then finish off with even more channeled messages from your soulmate. So let's start off by opening up this envelope. I did just want to mention that we kind of went all out with the stickers. I was mainly using them for sealing purposes, so all the other envelopes just had one, but I felt this really strong urge to decorate it a little bit more with this group. And I realized that your soulmate, and I know this is like a weird way to translate a couple extra stickers, but the way it came to me is that your soulmate is so thoughtful, attentive, and very sentimental. They will remember the littlest of things that makes you happy, and they will do anything to provide that to you. Like, they want to create the environment where you feel the most safe and comfortable and at home. They would like remember all of your favorite foods, all of your nitpicky little preferences, all of your habits. They will memorize all of that to create the most comfortable experience for you. I just heard some phrase in my head like optimize your experience, and it makes me think of like someone who's in sales or customer service. Maybe this is their job. Also, insurance is coming to my mind, which I didn't get any information like that in the other groups, but for some reason that's coming through right now. I also get a very sweet and very childlike energy from this person. And there's also a freshness to them. And they could be a breath of fresh air in your life because they're an authentic person in a sea of superficiality, in a sea of fakeness, in a sea of bullshit, of dishonesty. They're just like a real, authentic, pure breath of fresh air. And also, I think the freshness is talking about, for example, let's say, okay, this is an interesting example. Let's say you guys live by mountains. Your soulmate would like look out the window every day and be like, oh my God, these mountains are so beautiful. And they never get tired of it over the years and like, just a mountain. It's like they're always in awe with the beauty of nature, with the beauty of life, with the beauty of you and your love. That kind of freshness, that kind of appreciation never fades. So, okay, let's peek at the letter first. So your soulmate would just open the letter with your name. So put your name here. I'm sure there will be nothing in this letter that you don't already know. You see right through me. You know this too. I have been scared when it comes to us. I don't think I've ever had something so precious in my hands before, and I've been worried I'll break it. I want to thank you for being with me every step of the way and being so patient with me. You saw things in me I couldn't see in myself. Every day I feel our connection growing stronger and I feel more courage. It's all thanks to you. You're my best friend. I hope that's not weird. This will always be my favorite journey. Love, and then their name. So this is the only person who wrote love to like sign out the letter. I think all of the other groups just wrote like your soulmate, and then it was weird. It was like they didn't want to be too presumptuous, or they didn't want to intrude and write like your soulmate, because I don't know, they just wanted to give you your space. They wanted to let you choose them. It was that kind of energy. I don't want to assume too much. I don't want to intrude. That was very much the feeling I had while I was writing. Even like they thought it might be weird to say that you're their best friend. I definitely feel a shyness from this person. I was even worried when I was writing, like, I hope I'm not gonna run out of space on the paper. I hope I'm not taking up too much space. This person is just incredibly kind, sweet, polite, considerate, respectful. And the feeling I got from them, honestly, I'm seeing the sun card, the sun energy. This person could be a Leo. But it was that feeling of someone who's getting more and more confident every day and coming out of their shell more and more every day, and is just grateful that you saw that light in them from the start and that you believed in them. I think you're going to get to see this person's growth and get to see them really fall in love with themselves. And I can see you like taking this person out and you guys showing each other off and being so proud to your friends, to your acquaintances. Like, look, this is my partner. Aren't they so amazing? And yes, you are. I think the people in your life will love this person and vice versa. The people in their life will love you. But yeah, it was such a sweet and humble energy. Kind of unassuming. I think this is definitely an energy that would grow on you. So this would be one of those couples where you fall for each other slowly over time and it kind of dawns on you like, oh wow, I have feelings for this person. And I'm actually getting that just a few of you, maybe you don't even look at this person in that way at first. Like, oh, I wouldn't be with that person, or oh, we're just friends. But then over time, your view of each other starts to change and you realize, oh wow, we actually do make a lot of sense together. But it's that feeling of the emotion is gently creeping up on you. It's very, very sweet. So, oh my gosh, your song. We have to look at your song. And it is Hitchhiker by Demi Lovato. And the passage that I chose from the song is, I was walking down this broken road. I was stranded. I was all alone. Always played it safe when it came to love until you came and picked me up. So I was getting the feeling that this could be someone who is kind of guarded or who has been guarded in the past, who is afraid to give their heart away. And also there was that sentiment in the letter of, you know, they're holding your heart in their hands, or they're holding this relationship and it's so precious to them that they don't want to break it. They're kind of playing on the safe side, but I think you're teaching them, you know, to go big, because when something really matters to you and you're really passionate about it, it's worth the risk and it's worth putting in the effort to become the best version of yourself. Like, it's worth giving it a shot with all your might. And if you get hurt, you get hurt, but at least you can say that you tried. And I think this person would regret it if they didn't go big for you, if they didn't come forward and come out of their shell for you. There's that expression, like, it's better to have loved and lost than to never have loved at all, I think. So it's like they're saying, no matter what might happen between us, I really want to give this an honest try. This is, and the kind of, not the hook, but the line of the titular line of the chorus is, as long as you're the driver, I'm your hitchhiker. So it's this feeling of wherever you go, I'll follow you. I'm here for the long haul. I'm your ride or die. It's really this kind of sentiment. So let's move into the oracle cards now. I've been kind of leaving this part of the reading open to whatever messages want to come through, but it's basically been like what you need to know about this connection, where you guys are at, where you're headed, what the universe is doing for your connection, how the universe is helping you, and things of that nature. So the first card that we have is Toadstools with Growth. We also have the number 44 here, which could be significant. We have Communication with Archangel Gabriel. If I'm not mistaken, Archangel Gabriel's color is white. That's going to be awkward if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that his color is white. And I was just thinking, oh wow, you guys, your setup is like an all white kind of vibe going on. We have, Archangel Gabriel might be with you guys. That's why I was mentioning that. We have Inward Revolution. And New Love. Embrace an opportunity for love in your work prospects or for spiritual growth. So maybe many of you guys who chose this group, this is someone who's relatively new in your life, or maybe someone you haven't met yet, But even if this is someone you've known for a long time, I think this card is talking about a renewal in love. I'm thinking of, it's in the Crystal Angels Oracle deck, and it's the Rose Quartz card, and it says new or renewed love is here for you. Rose Quartz might be significant for you guys as well. If you want to keep it around you, or maybe you have an affinity to it. But let's start over here with toadstools. Yeah, let's just go in order. I really like that we have the message of growth, because I know that this person has been growing a lot. Like day by day, they're growing slowly but surely. They're transforming. And I think this could also be the universe commending you guys for the growth that you have been through. Probably this is someone who has really helped you to grow as a person, who has really made you more mindful, more aware of what's going on in your inner world, and maybe has sort of sparked your desire to embark on a spiritual journey, or, you know, introduce you to a lot of spiritual concepts. Whether they, you know, mention that to you, or if you're just like, why do I feel such a intense or unusual way about this person? And then, you know, got on the path to your spiritual journey. But toadstools, ever since I learned this fact about toadstools or mushrooms or whatever, I just always think of it when a mushroomy card comes out. But I guess under the ground, they're all connected. You know, like they're one being, and they have a network under the ground that they're all in communication. So, you know, toadstools or mushrooms on their own would make me think of telepathic communication, but because you have communication right next to this, that's just even really, really strengthened for me. I think that you can probably hear this person's thoughts or hear their messages from you within yourself. With this inward revolution, you may very well see external signs and synchronicities about this connection, but I think that a lot of the information, a lot of the messages, and a lot of the love that is sent to you does actually come to you from like on the inside. So you can maybe see things in your mind's eye, or hear things in your mind's ear, or it comes to you through claircognizance, or you feel physical sensations that give you information about this connection. But I feel like a lot of it is inward. It's this telepathic connection that you have to this person, and no one on the outside would know that this is going on, the same way that, you know, someone above the earth would look at all these mushrooms and think that they're separate, but they're actually all connected and interwoven together. So I think that whether you are with this person yet or not, or even whether you know them yet or not, you are very heavily in communication. And I think that Archangel Gabriel wants to affirm that to you. Probably you guys had an inkling and you just needed that confirmation, but there it is. Or maybe you didn't need the confirmation and you were completely sure. Also, I do feel like mentioning that T and C might be important letters. Like it could be somebody's initial, or the name of a country, city, or organization that is significant. The letter C could also be talking about Cancer, Capricorn. The letter T could be talking about Taurus. I think that's all of them. But yeah, I think both of you have kind of triggered a lot of inner growth within each other. And if you feel called to, I think it would be, or maybe you have already done this, but I think it would be really, really nice to let this person know how much you have helped them and how much of your growth they have contributed to and supported you through, whether that was physically or energetically. And if you can't let them know physically, to maybe let them know energetically, to let them know through the communication that you have. I think that this person doesn't realize how important they are to you, or they don't realize the impact that they have on you because they're just so humble and they would never really assume that. This might be the type of person who really needs things spelled out for them to believe it and for it to really sink in for them. They might not take hints that well, or I feel like they can pick up on subtle energies well, but they're not aware of that. So, you know, if you're sending messages to this person, they might be kind of picking up on them, although they're not entirely sure like that this is from you and not entirely sure what it means. Kind of half picking up on it. I feel like this person is kind of half awake, but I also think that they're becoming more and more awake every day and more understanding what this connection is. This is a pretty straightforward group, honestly. I already feel like going into the tarot, but 26 and 42 could be significant numbers as well. Maybe those are ages for some of you. That's definitely going to be, as well as 44. That's definitely going to be for a very small amount of you, but it could be confirmation for some of you. And then if we reduce these numbers, we have 8, 6, and 8 again. So the number 6 and 8 could also be significant. For example, like life path 6, life path 8. It could also be the months of June to August, like the 6th month to the 8th month could be significant in this connection, whether that is somebody's birth month or the month that you guys met, or maybe, you know, this upcoming June to August, something significant is going to happen in this connection. With communication here, I do think that if you're not in contact with this person, you will be hearing from them soon. There will be an opportunity for you guys, to get together and to talk. If you can't do that right now, if you're already with this person, there might be a very important heart-to-heart conversation coming up. But even if you haven't met this person yet, I do think that they'll be reaching out to you in some way, whether that is in person or online, whether that is a direct message or like commenting on something or replying to something. There will be some sort of communication, but I do think words will be exchanged. So it's not just like they liked something or they watched something on your social media. It's like they're actually reaching out and saying something to you. But yeah, let's just get into the tarot, because like I said, this is a pretty straightforward energy. So now we are going to take a look at your current energy, your short-term future, and your long-term future within this connection. Okay, so group number 4, can we please get a card for the current energies? So we have the Page of Swords, which is funny because Page of Swords talks about new beginnings and communication. It also makes me think of telepathic communication. I'm just wondering, what's in this letter? I don't know if this is something that this person has actually expressed to you. Because with the Page of Swords, it can talk about a truth that is hard to hear. And then in this card, the sword is kind of like, you know, on some cards I've seen swords being super disordered and squiggly. This one is just a little bit distorted. And swords represent truth and direct communication. So it kind of feels like someone's communicating, but a little bit indirectly. And the Page of Swords can talk about like a lack of maturity or a lack of experience. And I wonder if this person is just, I don't know, maybe they don't have a lot of experience in intimate situations, or maybe you don't, but I feel like there's someone who's been struggling to express themselves directly. And actually it could very well be both of you. Like, I know that this person is afraid and maybe there's some things that they don't feel ready for, but I wonder, maybe they haven't really said this directly to you, because this kind of curved sword makes me think that they're just kind of dancing around it or hinting at it, which is ironic because this is not someone to take hints. And maybe this is like a mutual desire of, I wish you would be direct with me and tell me like it is, but both of you are kind of scared and dancing around what really needs to be said. This could definitely be you guys. Like, if you've been wanting to speak up about what you want or need from this person, or speak up about your concerns, you may not feel like you can do that. So you just kind of drop hints or trying to get your needs met in an indirect way or something like that. Or maybe you're communicating to your angels in an indirect way because you don't feel... There's a blockage when it comes to directly stating what you need or directly getting your needs met. And this might come from a subconscious feeling of like, my needs, wants, concerns aren't valid, or like they don't deserve to be met, or I'm selfish or I'm being too blunt if I just come out and say what I want. Maybe there's a fear of, there's like a mutual fear of imposing on the other as well. Like, I don't want to come off as presumptuous or bossy or too direct or too selfish or something like that. So there's definitely a need for, because the Page of Swords wants to be blunt. There's a need for direct communication. And I think Archangel Gabriel is saying you can start by communicating directly with me and, pray to me in a direct way. You don't have to like worry about beating around the bush or being humble or diminishing your concerns because you don't want to come off as ungrateful, or diminishing what you want because you don't want to come off as greedy. Like, just let it all out. This is a message that's actually been coming through quite a bit, I think, in today's reading, but also recently. Like, the angels are saying, we see right through you anyway. So just let it all out. But yeah, in the current energy, there's a need for direct communication. Again, that goes for like whether you're with this person or not, whether you've met them or not. You need to be direct with each other, or you need to be direct with your angels and with your spiritual team so that they can help you. So let's get a card for the short-term future. I'm just noticing that this card is taking a while to come out, whereas like this card came out pretty quickly. And all of the cards today throughout the readings have kind of been coming out quickly. But this one is taking a while. So there's a feeling of being stuck, or like things are not progressing. And you're just in this current energy, and you have been in this current energy. And the way to remove this blockage is through direct communication. For the short-term energy, we have the Five of Swords. And for the long-term energy, which is also taking some time to come out, we have the Lovers. And then at the bottom of the deck, we have the Nine of Swords. So there's a lot of overthinking going on here. There's a lot of anxiety going on here. And I do think that this is mutual. I do have to say that in the near-ish future, there could be a bit of a disappointing situation or a messy situation. The Five of Swords does talk about like arguments or people not seeing eye to eye, and also kind of has a feeling of defeat. Like here, like words were exchanged, the other person walked away, and now this person is kind of picking up the pieces. The word rehashing is coming to my mind. So some of you guys might have already had some kind of falling out or disagreements with this person, and in the short-term future, these things are going to be addressed again, and that could be kind of uncomfortable, but it needs to be addressed. I think there's so, we talked about communication coming, we talked about a heart-to-heart coming within this connection, but with the Five of Swords here, unfortunately, I don't think this is going to be like a, oh, so sweet kind of heart-to-heart. It's going to be kind of an uncomfortable one. It's going to be one where you're addressing things that are kind of scary to address, and you're afraid, like, if I'm honest about this, maybe you're going to think differently about me. You might be calling each other out in some ways, like, I really don't like it when you treat me like this, or I didn't like it when you did that, if it's something in the past. And you might, because this is not a very romantic energy, you might have to have a very practical, real conversation of like, if we want this to work out, you're gonna have to do XYZ, or you're gonna have to not do XYZ. And that's hard, but I guess connections are not always, I mean, you're getting to the sunshine and rainbows at the end, which I love to see, but it doesn't always feel like that. And I definitely think that your soulmate is learning that when you really, really love someone and when you really, really care for them, it's worth it to go to battle like this, and it's worth it to get through the discomfort and to talk about the things that are not easy to talk about, and to let your walls down and to swallow your pride and just open up. It's worth it to go through this Five of Swords. And then at the end, you'll reach this Lover's energy. Everything will be okay. This is kind of like it gets worse before it gets better, or it gets kind of uncomfortable before it gets really, really good. But whatever's going on here, this kind of difficult exchange of words and brutal honesty, it's only going to bring you guys that much closer together. With the Lovers here, like, especially in this deck, this Lovers card is very, very intimate. We even have the Sun and the Moon who look like they're kissing at the top of the sky. And I was just thinking, maybe this is showing like you guys are being intimate like all day and all night, or like all night, all day, really, really close together. Yeah, I mean, someone's got to come out and be open about something. And it's like you have to work through the difficulties, you have to work through your differences, you have to speak up about what has upset you and what needs to change. The number 5 is all about change, but the number 6 is all about reciprocity, peace, harmony. And you know, at the end of the day, you guys are on the same team. At the end of the day, you both want this to work out, and you will work it out. And that's why you can make it through this tough time, because your vision is the same. You're headed in the same direction. You both want each other, you both love each other, and everything's going to be okay. The 9 of Swords means that you may be, you have the 9 of Wands in reverse, which came out in another group, but the 9 of Swords means you're expecting the worst, but the worst is not going to happen. Whatever outcome you're worried about, like losing this person, is not going to happen. And in fact, it's quite the opposite. And the 9 of Wands in reverse, it came out in a different group, and it means like, or the way I interpret this reversal is like, you don't have to be strong anymore. It's time to let your guard down. I guess the best advice I could give is just to swallow your pride and to not be afraid of being vulnerable, and to not take things personally. And you can work things out together. This is such a happy, beautiful, loving union. This is the energy that I was picking up at the beginning of the reading, and we spoke about how much you guys have helped each other grow, and how much you have helped each other become introspective and change in the ways that you want to change. But growing and change is not always a walk in the park. In fact, a lot of the time it's incredibly painful and awkward. And so, you know, as you're growing together, it can get ugly. Like, anyone who's been through puberty, or who has moved, or who has been through a spiritual awakening, you know that transitions are difficult. So it's like you're gonna have to hash things out with this person and be really honest, but then that's going to open the door for so much intimacy in the future and so much mutual understanding. And I think that's what this new love is talking about. Like, your love and your relationship is being renewed. I do feel like maybe a lot of you guys are with this person already, or involved with this person already. If you don't know this person yet, then this could definitely just be something that's happening internally. Like, you have to be very brutally honest with yourself about what's not working and what parts of you are toxic, because we all have toxicity, and ask Archangel Gabriel to help you purge your toxic traits and to help you change so that you can be ready for this union. But this happy lovers union that we see here, it does seem to be in the more long-term future, as this is a card that represents the long term. At the time that this video is up, I do think, no, because this is Gemini energy, but Gemini season is so soon at the time that this video is up. But maybe if you're watching this after Gemini season of 2022, this could be a significant sign. And we even said 6 and 8, like June to August, that could be a significant window, but only if it's like not immediate, if that makes sense. Because I still feel like there's some time that needs to pass here, but it could be this year. Maybe it just feels like a long time because you've been waiting for so long. So we are moving on to the final part of the reading now, which is going to be advice. I definitely think this is going to come from Archangel Gabriel, and then we will get some more channeled messages from your person. Set intentions, plant the seeds, and watch them grow. So this is letting you know that your seeds have been planted well. You guys already care about each other so much. You feel each other's energy so well. And I honestly think that whatever exchange is happening here, the things that are being said, it's not anything you don't already know. Like this person said in their letter, like, you already see right through me. You already know what's going on in my head. But I think there's just something about hearing the words spoken out loud that could be kind of difficult, but your seeds have been planted well, and the tree that is your connection will continue to grow and bear fruit, and all of the effort that you've put into yourself and that you've put into this connection will be more than worth it in the end. You will reap what you've sown. But also that phrase, like reaping what you've sown, I think it's important to remember that you're going to get what you give. So like if you're not opening up to this person, then you're planting seeds of indirectness, you're planting seeds of distance, you're planting seeds of guardedness. And so that's what you're going to reap in the connection. This person will also be distant and closed off and guarded. And this is something that I'm guilty of. Like in my relationship, I'm always wondering, or I'm always thinking, I wish that they would open up to me more. I wish they would show their emotions more. But then I just turn it back on myself and I'm like, well, am I opening up? Am I showing my emotions? And then usually the answer is no. Whatever I'm wishing that my partner would do, that they're like, I want them to do more of, I'm not doing it either. And so, you have to be introspective, and you have to look at yourself and be the change that you want in the connection. Because they could be thinking the same thing on the other end. Like both, and I keep cutting the deck, and then the 9 of Cups in reverse, watch, I'm not going to be able to find it anymore. There it is. I kept like absentmindedly cutting the deck, and the 9 of Cups was showing up. So there's like, you both want the same things when it comes to this connection. You both want each other, and you both want things to work out. And there's also like a mutual dissatisfaction with the way things are now. And this actually came out in, I think it was group 1 as well. I don't know if you guys were drawn to group 1 too, but I think you have some like similar messages. I feel like I did mention group 1 before because of this one. But they got that 9 of Cups card as well. And it was this feeling of both people wanting the other person to initiate, but both people not being willing to initiate. Okay, let's get one more. Wow, 3 out of 4 groups have got this one. Trust, faith in the power of the universe. Yes, I really, really think that everything is going to be okay. I think this is about planting your seeds and then trusting that the universe will take it from there, and that your seeds will grow. And again, everything will be okay. I just felt really called to hold on to this blue lace agate. I think I recommended rose quartz before, which is great for self-love or improving on new or existing relationships. But blue lace agate is really good for balancing your emotions and soothing anxiety. So we are going to finish off this reading with channeled messages from your person. I didn't know what love was until I met you. And yeah, that even fits with this song. Like, I feel like this person has always played it safe and been scared and not been able to break free from this cycle because they didn't know what the truest love felt like. And I think it's like, you're worth it. This connection is worth it to call out my own toxicity and to break these cycles. Look, everything will be okay, which I've said like 16 times. We also have 3 fell out at the same time, so I'm going to take them all. We have stay strong. It's always more fun when we're together. So there's some of that childlike energy. I just think that you guys are both so sweet and so pure, but I just think you've been under stress, like in your life in general or in this connection. I think when you're most in alignment and when you're most yourselves, you're so carefree together, you have so much fun together, you laugh so much together. Page of Swords also has this energy within it of having amazing conversations and sharing a sense of humor and sharing inside jokes and, you know, being like playful kids together. I very often see that energy in it. But something that needs to be addressed and that hasn't been addressed has been putting a damper on this connection. And I think Archangel Gabriel is saying, like, how long are we gonna drag this out? It's like ripping off a band-aid. Let's get through the ugly stuff and address what needs to be addressed so that we can go back to being these sweet, adorable, carefree children, so we can have our new love, so we can be intimate like these lovers. Oh, and also, the Lovers is another card that makes me think of telepathy. So there's a ton of that going on here. And then the last card is thank you for teaching me how to be myself. You guys have definitely contributed so much to each other's growth. And I could confidently say that after what you guys have been through or after what you will go through, like, you would consider each other to be the only person you have such a close bond with. Like, I'm not close with anyone like this, or no one knows me like this. And through these trials, I think that you guys really have the potential to become inseparable and to become each other's greatest protectors and supporters and best friends. And it will not feel weird to say that, and each other's biggest fans. So, wow. I'm gonna leave the reading here. These are all the messages I'm seeing for you guys. Thank you very much for letting me do this reading for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. Please take good care of yourself, stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. I also have a Patreon, so if you guys are interested in seeing even more exclusive pick-a-cards where you get to choose the topic, that will be linked down below too. And I have a music channel. The song that you guys heard at the very start of this video was an original song, so if you're interested in checking that one out or any of my other songs, the music channel will be linked down below too. I'm sending you guys lots of love, sending your person lots of love, sending your angels lots of love, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye!